Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for tapping in. Just a recent update of what I've been up to, my recent finds. Little discussion of the hobby so far as I see it regarding some videos that I've seen in a few days with what's been going on in the hobby scalpers wise. But here are some of my recent finds that, I was surprised to come across. And a recent custom that I just finished, one that I've been working out. I'm looking at doing 6 customs coming up. Well, let's make it 7 now with this Chevy. Okay, for my brother-in-law's dad. So I'll be making this. It's gonna be a custom paint color that I'll be mixing them, make it happen. That will be coming up soon. Hopefully I can record everything. Sorry about the blurry all around the camera. My camera's cracked, or say the screen protector, and if I do take it off, then my screen will fall apart because it's all broken. So don't mind. Here's a Jaguar XJC V12 Coupe. I really like that colorway. That is really nice. I should have grabbed that extra one that I found so I can crack it open. I like to open my cars. Here's another custom that I wanted to work on. It's a Camaro. I think it'll look real nice with some real riders. Another custom that I would like to do, the Super Twin Mill. I just think this casting is so cool. It's crack it open. I really like this green. It's really nice. There you go. I meant to get some gloves so you guys are not focusing on my damn nails, but I really like this wing that they incorporated with it. I'm really digging that. Oh yes, the Pontiac Firebird. So stoked to find this one. I didn't think I was gonna find it, but man, I'm glad I came up on it. Where's it? There you go. Look at that. Some of these castings, man. Oh, also, I wanted to discuss another casting that I didn't really realize how much detail they had until I cracked it open. I mean, that's the second one I've opened of that casting, but I didn't realize the detail of it until I really took a closer look at it. Honda CRX. I am really digging this blue. This colorway on this, the yellow tint windows. I am just loving this what they did with this one. I mean, look at that, man. You can't go wrong. Which reminds, I never realized how wide the body. I've had this for a while. It's the same casting, but see this this variation. You can't tell that it has, those wide body lines. I mean, you probably could if you do it like that and whatnot. Let's just crack it open. But I never realized how aggressive this body kit is, this casting is, until I seen it in blue. See, it doesn't look, this variation, these tampos, does not do this. See the hood? It's got that dip in it. See, it doesn't bring out the body lines like this one. When you see this in person, or when you're holding this in your hand, it just, you just gotta, you can't help but appreciate all the body lines on this thing. It just feels, it looks way more aggressive than this. I don't know, that's my opinion. You know, when I seen it on a pegs, I was like, oh man, that's dope. And then I was like looking at it closer, I was like, wait a minute, I have that in white and I have a bunch of these. So these castings will make really nice customs, you know. So I'm glad I found that variation to really bring out the body lines on that CRX. Okay, let's move on. Found the Prelude. The neon speeders, I give up on hunting. You know, what I find is what I find, which, you know, brings up the subject of Hot Wheel collecting, diecast collecting in general, you know. So I've been in the hobby for about 6 years now, on and off. And to be honest, I feel like a poser in a sense, or I just don't feel like a true collector. But then there's different ways of collecting things, you know, or collecting Hot Wheels. So I seen a video, I'll probably put up his name up, I think yesterday, day before yesterday, but I do agree with him that Hot Wheels or Mattel is just duplicating these same cars, or it's the same variation, just a different packaging, which I feel they can do a lot better with cycling through these castings. But to be honest, for me, I don't really look at the value of the car. Some of my comments I would get, they would ask, oh, what's the most expensive car you have in your collection? And I'm always stumped, like, I don't really know. I don't really care for the value of the car. I just like cars for what they are. I like the castings for what they are. You know, it, like, for instance, this 240, like, I thought this was sick, you know. Fast and Furious is just regurgitating these things over and over again. I mean, Mattel. But, you know, this casting, I've seen it. If I've seen it before, you know, I never really cared for it. But this yellow made it stand out to me. And this yellow and black. And it made me want to get it, you know. I don't care if it'll appreciate in value in the future. I just like it for what it is, you know. It's something that, like, for instance, you know, here's another one. Matchbox. I mean, I love Chevys. Chevys is my brand, you know, but I've seen this a couple times on the pegs. Nobody was picking them up. I mean, I don't know if they're picking up whatever else is in this lineup, but I just really appreciate this colorway. For instance, this Toyota, I picked it up just because you know, it was the Toyota, but I don't really care for this colorway. I don't care for this color or, you know, this variation. But in black, yes. In black with, I believe it's these same tampos or colorway, but the black is I like that way better than this. I don't really care for this one, you know. It is what it is, you know. We collect things, you know, we collect it because we like it. I mean, some guys collect it because of value. Some guys collect the whole set. When I first started, I was buying everything that I saw. And now I'm just sitting on boxes of crap that I don't like. Yeah, well, when I first started collecting, I was buying everything and anything. And this is just a bunch of stuff that I will be letting go. I need to separate them, you know, more fully. Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels. Matchbox too. you know. So right now I'm trying to sell as much as I can. These cars are just sitting here, you know. I'm not gonna enjoy it. I mean, I do enjoy them, but if I can use this money invested in something else, you know, I would much rather do that than have these cars sitting here. Somebody else can enjoy them. You know, a bunch of guys have come through and bought a bunch of cars. So, and on the marketplace, you know, these guys are selling these for like $5, $6, $7, $8, bro. Easy. You know, so I'm selling that. You know, I'm just letting it go so I can use that money to buy more Hot Wheels, you know, and cars that I would actually like. For instance, M3. I should have got the M5. I should have got the M5 for sure. After Hotline Diecast, when he opened it and he showed it out the packaging, I was like, damn, I should have grabbed it. I should have grabbed that M5 when I seen it. But you know, it's the M3. I love the M3s or the boxy style cars. I'm just like that, you know, old school look. I don't like that bubble face or bubble look, you know. I just like square, not too square, but I mean, I like what I like. But then again, you know, when I see other guys' collections, I kind of like, oh, sometimes it makes me feel like, oh, am I even a collector of Hot Wheels or Diecast? Because I don't have cars of value. The value to me, I like them. Like for instance, this case in the back, a lot of them is just main lines. You know? I mean, there's some theme cars, but it's nothing special, to be honest. Well, let's say it's not rare, you know. You know, see, main lines. You know, but I like these cars, you know. I enjoy them. You know, I've seen some cases with some like really cool RLCs and stuff. You know, but I like cars for what they are, you know. So when I see other people's walls, you know, so mine is nothing, you know. So my wife got that for me for my birthday, and my son got that for me. I got that in a trade, some nice custom. You know, I got that for my birthday. My daughter made it, you know. And then you have my errors. I like errors. That's probably one of my favorite errors, you know. My error cars. But, you know, it's nothing special. Like, for instance, these are just regular castings. They're not valuable. I mean, you know, I like them. And I did have a set Mountain Drifters and Honda up here. I sold that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take that out. What happened to my light? Oh yeah, I have a sensor on it. It goes off on its own. But you know, these aren't like super expensive stuff, you know. This is just your normal castings. And it's obvious that scalpers, I mean, even for the RLCs, I don't even try for anymore because the bots and reselling prices, and it sucks, but it's just the way things are now for us. Unfortunately, you know, that's what we have to deal with nowadays. The only Ferrari that I've found, you know, I will crack it open, but it's the only one I have. It is what it is, guys, you know. But I think the hobby has changed a lot, even with I to be honest, I don't feel like I have not the right, but I haven't been in the hobby long enough to even have say. In my opinion, I don't have, you know, enough say. But to me, in my view, this is how collecting is now for as far as Hot Wheel goes. Um, it's more of a hype now. Hype thing. Oh, this is new, this is whatever. But a lot of the guys that are buying those up are the new collectors, which I was at one point, and I was buying up everything and anything. And some of these guys, they're really out there just buying it so they can resell, which I understand. That's the market, that's the way the world goes now for us, at least. Unfortunately, it's so hard, for us to make a living on, our 9 to 5s and whatnot, that we need to find a second line of income or a side hustle. Unfortunately, reselling is one of them. And to be transparent, I was a reseller once. Well, I am, but it was eBay stuff. I would go to Goodwill, I would thrift a lot of stuff. I would go to Walmart, buy stuff on clearance, and flip it. I'd get way more. And some of these guys are listing these Hot Wheels for like $5, and it's like, you crazy, bro? It's like $7-8 for a casting. It's like, damn, I wouldn't pay for that. No ways. A lot of the cars in my collection are all I found on the pegs. A lot of this, probably the only thing that I ordered, that I bought online because I really liked it, I want to have it because it's one of my favorite castings, was this. And it's got a, all messed up card. I don't really care for the card. I like the card for what it is, So I ordered it. It was like $19 shipped. So I was like, what the hell? It's one of my favorite castings. And I'll do an opening video to this one day because I have that one down there to pair with it, So I'll make a video. And I just rearranged the closet, so I gotta put up some new stuff. It took me a while to even get back in here and finish my rearranging everything. That's another thing that I feel is the new people in the hobby need to know the ups and downs of the hobby. I mean, if you got money like that and you're just going and buying. But if you're like me, you're a hunter like me, you like to go out and find things, especially on the pegs, because you don't want to buy things on the secondary market. It's a real big roller coaster, emotionally. I would have like 2 to 3 months where I'm just down and I just don't want to be in the hobby. I don't want to collect. I don't want to buy. I'm just depressed because I can't find anything on the pegs. I don't know if you felt that before or you've been through that before, but I haven't been in this closet for months. And the video where I'm going to upload after this, or at some point where I rearrange my closet, you'll see I start with a bald head where I used to shave my hair and no beard. And then it cuts to where I have hair. That's how long it's been for me to get back in here, because my momentum or my motivation or inspiration to be back in here with my cars is gone. So, it's up and down with me. So that's why I don't put a lot of content out like I should. And another thing, hunting videos. The guy made a good point. We're putting out these hunt videos, which helps the scalpers know what we're looking for, what's out there. And that's one thing I would use the videos for. You know, I would follow people on TikTok, you know, on YouTube, and I would see what's out there. I would see what's out there to collect. That would let me know what's new on the shelves and what to look for. And unfortunately, the scalpers or resellers are doing the same thing using our videos. So I'm on the fence of if I'm going to keep doing my hunting videos, which I do enjoy, but then honestly, it's getting stale and I don't really enjoy it. Like just recording and looking at the same time, you know, and it's, how do I say it? I guess stale, yeah. But I want to move away from that content and just do something different. Hard thing about the hobby of creating, the hard thing about creating videos for Hot Wheels is it's a really nice casting thing. I want to crack it open. I want to open it. Hard thing about Hot Wheels, let's open it. Bam. You know, I love this card though. I really love this card. That's nice. But that matte black with the red. Let's see. I think that did too much light. Let's take it back. Yeah, I think that's better. Oh, where's the camera? You know, it's just hunting videos. I want to do more custom videos, but it's so much work. Just to be a content creator, you know, it's a lot of ups and downs, you know. I never really cared for this casting until this colorway. I passed up the first one, you know. I passed up the first one, but this in white, man, that is nice. Really nice. I should have bought two. Damn. Should I open it? Nah, we'll pass on that. You know, so the hard thing about, you know, making content for Hot Wheels is just a different, we're only limited to what we can do with content wise, you know. But I'm sure there's lots of different things to come up with that we can do. But I'm not on that level of creativity yet, you know. This is a nice, I really like that white. I've seen this in another colorway. Not too much of a big fan, but this white, I really love this white. This, I'm digging this one, you know. Charger. That pink Charger. Wish I found a super, but I'll take this any day. You know, the hobby is, it is what it is. And I guess, you know, I want to do a custom on this Porsche. Paint the interior, change the wheels. I don't know, I might repaint the whole car. But I do like the details, you know. They have the headlights, the emblem, and tail light. So I really wish they kind of made it more realistic. It's real tasteful, you know. Volvo 240 Drift Wagon. I really like this colorway, man. I'm really digging this wagon. This silver is sweet. You can't help but, I mean, look at that. I love wagons. Well, that's the thing too. I have a thing for wagons, boxy wagons at that. So it's an automatic grab for me. Look at that wing. And if you didn't know, you got two dogs in the back. Can you see it? Yeah, two doggies sitting in the back looking out the back window. Yeah, I thought that was dope. It doesn't have a back window on this one. Do they always never have a back window? But I guess you need them down for the dogs to breathe. You know? Yeah, I'm digging that one. So, and I want to do a bunch of customs. So, I really enjoy watching the custom videos, you know. But I got such big hands and my eye is not good. Well, my left eye is really, it's, I have a abnormal something. Well, it's just shaped like a cone. So my vision is blurry, okay? And this one's getting blurrier. Just struggling to make up for the left eye. But here is the latest custom I've finished. This Supra came out really sweet. Took me months and months to even finish this thing, you know, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. We'll get a better view of it later, but this is giving me a momentum for customs. So I want to do customs and flip it to buy more Hot Wheels to customize, you know. I'm working on a Dodge truck right now, which is very frustrating. Okay, shaved the bottom so I can drop it. But I thought keeping the black stripe would look nice, but it's really tacky. I don't like it, so I'm gonna take it off and paint that red to match the whole body. Keep the front bumper and the rear bumpers black. Yeah, I had to shave that out because the truck was so low that, you know, the wheels wouldn't fit inside the wheel wells. But I need to respray it, and I don't know, put it on Whatnot or just put it on Marketplace. I don't know. We'll see how I want to sell that, because I enjoy it and I would like to make some side money on that, you know, like even wheel swaps. Some cars just need nothing but wheel swaps to really, you know, make it look nice. Like this Dodge Cornet Super B. Okay. This came out 2024, 2025. L case, I think it was this year. But this casting, sweet, man. Look at that, man. You can't help but love this classic American muscle, man. Look at that. That wide body at the back. Well, wide to me. You know, it's just, all it needs is a wheel swap. I mean, just that alone looks nice. But some chrome wheels, I don't know. The one thing that's making me kind of on a fence about customs, I mean, I'll do customs regardless, but I don't know nothing about wheels. I don't know nothing about cars, classic cars, JDMs. I just like things visually. I don't really care too much to dig into certain cars. You know, what wheels match with what. So that's my thing with customizing, is I want to do it justice. I want to have cars with taste. For instance, this gasser, you know, I think I could have picked a better color, but I was just rushing. So, you know, this motor And the interior in this Chevy gasser is actually from a Nova. The Nova gasser, that's the motor from the Nova gasser. Okay, and the interior is from the Nova gasser. I switched it, you know, I flipped it, and you know, I took the wheels off of another gasser, or I forgot where I got the wheels from. I took it off another car, but I want to do it justice. You know, these customs that I make, I don't want to, I mean, it is what it is. You know, people have the right to mix what they want, but I want to do these cars justice. But I don't know a lot about wheels, you know, or cars in general. So I'll just do it the way I like things to look, you know. Like, here's another truck I did. I felt this wheel swap is all I needed. You know, I just threw some big fat wheels on it. And I'm on the fence about taking the green off of this and painting the light bar, but just make it all blue. But we'll see. Yeah, I might do that. Just take off all the green with the dry eraser, paint this black, probably interior black, bumper black. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, come on, light. I'm here. Yeah, let's keep it on. You know, but I want to do these cars justice. Here's another custom I did. The wheel came off and I was messing around with it, but painted wheels to match, you know. Some really a lot of detail work on the grill. I made the bottom of the bumper match the rest of the car, so that took a lot of work too. I did a CRX. The paint, the trim, the body trim, the bumper trim. It took a lot of paint, tape to get that taped up, but I think it turned out really nice. Real nice. I'll throw it up for y'all to see. All right, so here is the latest mod. Here's the latest custom. Damn. I want to do this Chevy. I love this casting. One of my favorite truck castings. You can't help but like that. Look at that grill. Man, it's just begging to be customized, you know. This was one of the things that I've, you know, as a kid, that I was like, damn, I wish I could change the color to this car or whatever. Now I'm just living my childhood dreams, you know, or, you know, things that I wanted to do as a kid, I get to do now as an adult, which is cool, which I think is really cool, you know. And we're just, man, we don't grow up, we just get old. Boys don't grow up, we just get old, you know. At least that's how I feel. And here's another casting that came out, and it stood out to me. This color stood out to me, but the yellow, trash. This one, yes. Big yes on this one. The yellow, pass on that one. That's why I was like, oh, is that a new casting? Is this a new casting? No, it's just a recolor, fool. It's just a recolor. But it made the car look way better. Way better. I passed up on when it first released it. Did I buy the first release? But I passed up, but I don't know. This stood out to me. This said, buy me. This said, buy me. The other one, the yellow one, I think a white one. Nah, pass. Hard pass on that. Oh, here's another custom I did. It is actually a fantasy car. And I shaved the bottom so I can drop it and make it look lowered. So now it's like a slam car. But you know, I want to get into customizing the fantasy cars. Here's another one. I really love this M1 Pro car variation. When I first seen it on TikTok, I was like, oh man, that is sick. The body lines on this is just, man, I'm really digging this. I'm glad that I was another collector was able to find this for me. Funny thing is, I've seen this on the page like a week later, like 4 or 5 of them. Nobody bought this one. I don't know why. I don't know why, but gotta love this one. I found the one from Walmart. I passed this up until I seen that blue one, and then I was like, yeah, I got to get the orange one. I got to get the orange one now. You know, so we got the orange one. And this one I want to customize. I do want to customize this one. Look at that. You know, wide body with a fat wing like that other one. But that's another thing about collecting wise that makes me feel like a poser or like just not a true collector is I don't know the history of cars. I don't know the history of castings. I don't know the history of none really. But I love these castings. I love these cars, you know. I mean, I love them, but they make me happy, you know. I don't know, something about these little cars make me, you know, gotta have them. Gotta have them. Mitsubishi 3000 GT. I think I'll save these for another video, to crack them open on another video. I sold the set, the other 3 that goes to this set. I didn't really care for it. I had this Corolla opened already. I mean, Terreno opened already somewhere in my collection. I've got cars and cars of loose cars I probably should sell, but it's all right, you know. But that's all, folks. That's what I've been up to. Hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for some custom videos, you know. I gotta where is the 3? Oh, I did want to open some mail calls. I think I'll do another video on those. This is my latest whatnot loose car finds. I have a Supra, and there is one of the 6 customs that I'm gonna be doing. I think it's gonna come out really nice. I got some water slides for it, decals, tampos, whatever you want to call it. I got that. I have a Tacoma and a Supra that I want to match as a pair. Ford Lightning, Chevy Gasser. What else? There was another one. I can't remember. But stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Thanks for hanging out. Love you. Oh, subscribe. You know, help support the channel. If you want. I forgot to show you that casting. It is the Dark Horse. Dang. Where's that? The Dark Horse. Let's change the light. That might be better. Okay. I didn't realize how much detail this thing had until I cracked it open. Now see the tail lights? That's metal casting. Okay. The wing. Look how much detail it has on that spoiler. But the thing that got me most is those lights. It's not plastic, it's metal. That's really small. And then the other thing was the grill. If you have this casting, you can look closely inside. You'll see Look inside. There. The grill. You got the Mustang on the grill, plastic. I was like, man, that is sick. Look at that. You know, all the details on this casting is just sick, man. But the lights is what made me look, the tail lights made me really appreciate this casting more than that small detail of the grill. Just really did it. So good job on this one, Mattel. Good job on this one. Hey, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, go ahead and subscribe. And let me know if there's any type of outlet content. If there's certain types of content you want to see, with castings, series. If I have it, you know, I'll show it. But if not, just roll the dice and see where it goes. You guys take care.